Hello and welcome everyone. Great to see you again on the channel. I have managed to get Brian to do earworm for me. He's in the background making a cup of tea. Today's wee project is a wee vase with lid and finial. We had our Saturday meeting on Saturday, and one of the entries to the competition was a wee article like this here. So it's textured on the outside with gold embellishing wax and finial. So that's what we're going to do today. And I'll just bring Brian in, and you can see him.
No, you don't really want to be seeing me.
There you are.
Afternoon, everybody.
There's only a couple in, so
there is so far. But if you just get started, I'll tell you who's in.
I'll get started anyway.
I'll keep you on top of who's coming in and who's not.
All right, okay. I just need to turn this phone off. I don't want that going.
No, definitely not.
Right, that's off. Right. Okay, guys. I'll change over to the overhead. And I have a piece of sycamore in the lathe. And its rough dimensions are 6 1/4 inches by 3 inches. It's just there's like a big branch was coming out of there, so we'll see how that progresses. I'm just going to put my face shield down because I don't want to get splattered up the face with these. Excuse the noise while I get this adjusted.
It's always a good plan to have face shield on when you're roughing out.
Yeah.
Or if you're an awkward shaped piece.
Yeah. Okay. Everything you can hear me okay? Sound like a Dalek here? Yeah.
Oh, it's okay. just it sounds like you're indoors, but that's okay.
Yeah. Right.
We'll be grand.
I'll just turn the lathe speed down before we start and make sure it's okay. Everything's tight. Okay. So we'll just bring that up. There's just a wee bit of vibration there, so we'll just back it off a wee bit. It's probably about 1200. Okay. So
let's have a look, see who's in while you're whilst you're roughing that out. We've got Fred Oliver, we've got Todd from Glencoe Woodworks, we've got Peter of the Twisted Trees. Doug Miller is in. Robert Brockwood's in. Oh, there we go. Doug Miller, if you want to join in, the link's at the top of the chat there. If you look right at the very top of the chat, the StreamYard link is in there, Doug. If you want to join in, buddy, come on ahead. I'm sure Paul would be delighted to have you in.
Yep. Welcome along, everybody. Just one wee flat spot there. Doesn't really matter. Just I like to get out the round before I start my shape. Okay. So we got it to the round. I'm just going to put initial shape into this. As you can see from this one, maybe make it a wee bit longer and use more of the timber. So I'll put that away. I'll get my bowl gouge. I think that's a big.
Clint from Wood Dancers has just joined us. If you're going to join in, Doug, just stick in the chat when you're ready, and I'll let Paul know you're in the.
Yep, he's up there.
Is he there?
Yeah.
Pop him in then.
Okay. There you are, Doug. That should be good.
Oh, Doug.
No
sound yet.
From him. No. Okay, I'll just play on.
Yep.
So See a bull gouge here.
Oh,
Just
you'll all be
roughly-
pleased to know I've got my cup
Can
of
you
tea
hear me?
ready. So,
Yeah, I can hear you someday. You there, Doug?
had somebody in the background there.
Yeah, I had someday.
I'm here.
You're
Just
good.
trying to get my computer squared away.
Ah, there we go. Hi, Doug.
You're not the only one who's having problems this afternoon.
Yeah, Paul had a little bit of a hiccup with his headset.
Hey, Brian. Hey, Paul. Hi, everybody in the chat.
Let's see, we'll bring this, just getting some sort of shape on this before I do the hammer, because I'm going to texture this with this wee Dremel tool I picked up in December when Nick Agar was over
Oh, yeah.
visiting us, and he was selling these wee bits we're going to be using later, and it's a very aggressive wee tool, so it is. So
Yeah, I've got one of Nick Agar's little things as well.
right, so I need to
Just have a look.
change that Forstner bit to the I think I have some sort of gremlins in the background. We'll just play on with it because I don't know what's happening.
I can hear something in the background.
Yeah, I don't know how I lost my initial sound at the start because it was working fine. So I have, let's see, 35mm Forstner bit here. I'm just going to drill around about to here, and then we'll round it off with the somewhere there. Okay, so we'll turn the speed down a wee bit. I like to hold on to my chuck when drilling.
Why?
Bring it out, move it forward. Back out again. Let's bring the shavings out.
Mike Evans has joined us. Monday the Bollywood, Monday Rowe has joined us.
Good
Valley
afternoon.
Wood Planner.
Okay, Brian, is that better now? Am I on time now?
Yep, that's fine.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, that's
Good, good, good. Took me a minute. I couldn't find my switches.
Could be
And you're not
worse.
the only one.
Could
You're
be
not
worse.
the only one, Doug.
No,
Right.
happens every time. It seems to move every time. But it is good to be in. Good to see everybody this morning.
It's good you have you along. So I want to leave a wall thickness on this about round about 1/4 inch, and you'll see why in a minute. It's not a very thin wall vessel. What am I looking for? Spindle gouge. Okay. We'll remove some of this timber. Remove cameras. There you are.
What tool is that you're using, Paul?
Spindle gouge.
Spindle gauge?
Half
Half-inch?
D8, is it?
Yes,
Half inch.
half.
And remember, I'm going to be cutting down in here, so I don't want to bring the shape of the inside of the vessel right to the each side. So just be aware of that. starting to round the bottom over.
Neil has just come into the chat.
I'll just check that a wee minute. See where you are.
Neil Ems, yeah. Hi, Neil. Chris Dodds is in as well. Hi, Chris.
Yes, hi, Chris.
Welcome along, guys. Just using my beating and parting tool here. Just clean the face of that up. Just where the wax was. A wee bit of that timber away, because it's usually, it's not the best bit of timber. For what I want to do with it, it's fine. It looks very pulpy looking to me. Just cutting the recess for the lid. I want a good 1/4 inch thickness and depth, because I have to fit the finial and do a wee bit of shaping to the bottom of the lid.
Robert Rockwood has a question. He says, I'm looking for a near-fed mask. What do other people use, and any comments on how good they are? Well, the one I use, if you want my opinion, is a GSP power hood that I use, which comes from Axminster. It's actually the Axminster one that I have is called an APF 10 Evolution. But it's exactly the same hat as a GSP power hood. It's exactly the same thing. It has a battery on the back. The canisters are on the front, which are changeable, and you can get different filter levels on your canisters. It has a full face shield, and it has a run time on the battery of over 10 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, that's very good.
When it's on your head, you hardly notice it's there. They're quite expensive to buy, I think, but they're...
I think the trend one is quite heavy. I heard a couple of people say that they were.
It's a little bit unbalanced, I think, the trend one.
I have that one. I don't borrow with the...
No, that's not a powered one. He's looking for a powered one.
No, a powered one. I don't use the powered one. Okay.
Yeah, that's been the issue with the powered ones, is people have found them heavy. But if you find one that fits your head right and is balanced right for you, they all work very well.
Yeah, you don't want something that's too heavy.
I like this AF10 Evolution. Came from Axminster, but it's exactly the same as a GSP power hood.
Yeah.
So if you're looking at that, have a look on the. Well, in fact, I'll get the link.
Right, I'm just lifted the tool rest above center here. I'm using a scraper just around the bottom over here. Making sure I got the wee nub at the bottom. And I could do another wee bit.
Robert, I would suggest, if you know some folks who have them, have various brands, go to their shop and try them on. Even going to the stores and trying them there. They should let you.
Yeah.
Well, they definitely should. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money to shell out one.
You need to try it out.
You have to try it out.
Yeah. Jennifer just came in. Hello, Jennifer.
Hi, Jennifer. Welcome along.
Pete says I use a GSP power cap, but it's the old one with the battery packet in your pocket. best to go and try them.
Yeah.
It's the best advice is go and try them.
Right.
But there are lots out there, and they're currently sort of the cheapest one, I think. The Power Hood, the cheapest one in the market currently is £250. Ish. So just look up the GSP Power Hood. That's 259. 95 currently, and that's from Safety Tech.
Just going to stand the inside of this briefly.
Emma does some as well. Well, Emma's brother actually does them, but you get the link from Emma's website, Emma the Tiny Turner.
Mm-hmm.
Emma the Tiny Turner. Emma's coming to us in June for an all-day demo. Yeah. Looking forward to that. I think she's coming by car.
Oh, is she?
We offered her flyer, but she wants to she wants to bring stuff, I think. So she said she will probably come by boat.
Wow.
It's a long old drive, like.
Yeah, it's not really.
200 miles from where she is, I think.
Sorry, it's not that far.
Okay, I just sanding this. I'm not going to spend too much time on the sanding on the inside.
Jennifer,
more or less.
Hi, Jennifer.
Good afternoon.
Beef of Trusted Trees just says, yeah, to Robert Brockway, he says they're expensive, but they're still cheaper than a new lung. You're right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, Gemma has that. That's James's Emma's brother. She has her listing. She has the listing on her group.
Well, you see, I have this Orbi fellow I use, and let's see, where are we? Shed. I use this.
Half mask, yeah.
Yeah. When it's really dusty, dusty, you know. It's a good job too. So it is.
Neil M says Emma's a truck driver, so miles are no problem to Emma. That's quite correct. She is a truck driver, yeah.
Yeah.
She is indeed.
Right, so I had a wee bit of 140 there, 220. I must have set it down somewhere. Right. That's just a wee piece of T40, just to initially take the roughness off that. It's not too bad anyway. It cuts very well, but it's very bulky looking, and it's worried about the tearing on it, but it's not too bad. I'm not worried about the outside because the outside's going to be textured and painted, so it'll add to the texturing of it.
Yep, so if you go texture the outside, you might as well spend a bit of extra time and get the inside correct.
Mm-hmm.
Lovely. If that's the bit you're leaving natural.
Yeah. Do 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 do. My instruction hose just sucked a bit of sandpaper up there.
I'll do that.
Surely not.
It came out of my hand there and away it went.
Never seen that happen before.
Yeah. Not often.
But every other piece I turn, I lose a chunk of sandpaper.
Yeah, at least, yeah.
Barry's Wood Creations just came in.
Hi, Barry.
Hello, Barry.
Hi, Barry. Welcome. Just a wee bit on the edge there. of the recess. Just needs a wee touch.
Somebody's happy he's worked.
So that's that sanded. We'll give it a wee taste of sand sealer on the inside, and we'll see what it looks like. Right, okay, let's see. Get that one. I must say, I enjoyed Terry's painting last night.
Yep.
Yes, Barry. This is Doug. It's earworming, helping Brian and Paul out this morning.
Thanks for that, Pete. Pete's just stuck in James's safety website, Emma's brother. So if you want to have a look at some safety gear, pop over there and have a look.
Okay.
When Nick Agar was over, Paul, did he have a lot of kit with him?
He had a quite a
for selling, like.
He only brought those wee Dremel tools. So he did. He brought 50, or we see. He brought 10 to us. That's not to say he had more in England, because that's where he was going next. You know.
Yep. That is signature series stuff from Cat Tools. Is that it?
No, this was a wee many carbon bits. So it is.
Many carbon bits. Oh, that's new ones.
Yeah, there's 3 carbide tips on that, and it's very aggressive. So you can turn the tips around when they get blunt. But I'm telling you, they are sharp and they're very aggressive.
Don't look at the make of them.
They're not cheap now.
Yeah, no way, they're not.
that we set was 50 quid.
Who's the manufacturer of it?
Mampa.
Oh, Mampa Tools, yep.
Yep.
Malcolm Douglas has just joined us.
Welcome along, Malcolm. It was just a wee taste of Yorkshire grit in there. Doesn't need an awful lot, but we may as well go through all the motions involved and finishing the piece.
That's the same type of cutter that Stuart Farini has as well. Similar sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But for those of you in America, there's catstools.com or katools.com it is. It's King Arthur Tools is what it's called.
Yeah, King Arthur Tools, that's it.
They do the Mampa cutters as well. But Nick Agar has a signature series in there, and they're not cheap.
He's a whole lot of stuff there.
Hello,
basics.
Roger Kent.
Hi, Roger. I don't know any outlets in England for that King Arthur tools. I maybe have to have a little search here and see.
I think there is, Brian, because I looked up to see what else they did, and I think you can get them okay.
In the UK?
Yeah. Okay, that's the inside. Sanded and finished. So I'm going to continue on with a wee bit of shaping to the bottom of this.
Oh, you can get them on Amazon.
What are they charging for them?
Well, I can't see that. I can't see that
No.
one that you just showed us there. I don't think that's there. It's the other ones. I have one that's it's one of the Nikkei
Right.
signatures, 2-inch ones.
3/8 gold gauge. Just a it's from the timber.
There we go.
Just want to check where my bottom is in this before I go too far.
Indeed.
Oh, so it's there. Okay. Just to get the right shape on it. It looks a bit like a goblet, but it's really not.
It's more like a lidded vase or a lidded pot.
Yeah, lidded pot.
I just double checked, and yes, here Brian's exactly right. Here in the United States, it's katools.com. Takes you directly to the manufacturer.
It does.
They've got everything. They've got the small cutters like that, the large disc sander kind of things that we see a lot of. The Lancelot blades. Those things scare me just to look at them.
Yep, me too.
In fact, that little mini cutter, like Paul showed us, those things scare me looking at them. I got hit when I was in high school by a shaper blade and nearly lost my finger.
Yep.
So,
yeah, certainly take your finger off this thing.
Absolutely.
I slipped the first time I used it, and I was moving it back and forward on the tool rest, and it run away on me and lifted a big lump out of the tool rest. Didn't damage it. Didn't damage the bit.
No, it wouldn't damage the cutter. Well, there's not many carbon bit there. Is there? Find it. Oh, that's a vicious looking beautiful thing. Yeah, €59.83. That is. That little tool.
Right. Now comes the texture bit.
Has your cutter got round or square carbide on it?
Where are we? No. They're wee diamond or
This one's got the one I'm looking at here's got square ones on it. Show me the side. Show me the actual carbide cutter. Oh, they're triangle ones, are they?
Triangle.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You can obviously put different. So they're about 60 quid then.
Yeah.
Roughly.
Well, I paid 50 for this one.
Yeah.
That's what he was selling them for.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, texture. This, as I said, this is an aggressive wee thing. You have to watch what you're doing with it, because I can just swipe you along very easily, and before you know it, you'll be in to the inside. That's why I left a bit of meat on this, because I want to sand this back after the texture. So
these little things are made for the Arbortech, by the way. Wow.
And there's no pattern to this, just more or less keep a hold of it, random.
There's lots of sorts for these kind of things nowadays. You can get Arbortech do a whole lot of stuff for the little Proxxon mini grinder. Well, it's not for Proxxon, but it's the Proxxon.
Quite happy-handed there.
I'm not convinced I like that tool. It's a bit dangerous for me. Right?
Hey.
Easy.
Eh?
Certainly wouldn't want to be catching the edge with that, that's for sure.
Ooh.
No.
No.
If I was doing texturing that, I would leave a band at the top, maybe half an inch wide, and then texture down from that rather than get too near the edge. You know what I mean? Just
be awfully easy to catch that top edge and rip it all the way down, wouldn't it?
Yep. Oh, this thing would just cut through that, no problem.
Would I?
Yeah.
Bit of a beast of a tool.
Well, when Nick showed it, he had great control over it.
Yeah. He's obviously well practiced with it, Paul.
Yeah. He was doing something totally different with it, what I'm doing with it, and he got some lovely designs out of it. But Nick's good that way. He does a lot of texture and stuff.
Well, that's his thing, isn't it? That's what he does.
Yeah.
Kind of colouring and texturing.
Right, we'll see if we can fix this. You just have to shorten the height of it.
How much did you take?
There's it there.
All right.
The big quarter of an inch. So we'll just reduce this in height. Just see where that is. There's just a wee bit there.
Just found those bits specifically here in the U.S. They're $64.90.
Yep.
Yeah, quite expensive wee bits.
Yeah, but they're carbide, and like you say, they're going to last,
Yeah, they're gonna last forever.
Unless you drop them on a concrete floor, they're gonna last forever.
Right, we'll sand that roughness of this and to see what we've got.
Robert's got a question. He says, would that be safer at a slower speed? Talking about a slower Dremel speed?
Yeah. There's adjustable speed. This.
What speed were you running at?
5. And it goes right up to. Oh, when it goes to 6, so it's no.
Okay.
Mark, the gentleman Turner, has joined us. Hello, Mark.
Hi, Mark.
Welcome along, Mark.
Must be taking a break from turning light pulls.
Right. That fixed that mishap. So we'll just reinsert our
A little ledge.
Our little seat for our lid. The tool went a wee bit mad on it, and for those people just in, and I took a big chunk out of this, so it did. That's why I'm redoing it.
It wasn't that big a chunk. It was a chunk, right enough, but it wasn't that big a chunk.
Mark is celebrating another trip around the sun today. Hope you have a great day, Mark. I know you've had a big weekend already.
Right. Just cover the lathe here. I like spray this. I wonder should I do a wee bit of work. Just do a wee bit more work to the bottom of this, and then I can spray it all black. Right.
So we're putting a little foot on the overhead camera.
Yeah.
Putting a little foot on this, are we?
Yep.
Oh, good.
I think I came to a wee bit too far with the texture right down to that. I think it'll be all right. Stop that and see. It's hard to see with that, the grain in that. It's well spalded that for the sycamore. Right, that's okay. Just to reduce the width of this. Food.
I just got a delivery, guys. We're back in a second.
Okay. I'll just initially mark where we're going to part it off. Somewhere there. I'll just sand it around the bottom of that again.
Just curious, Paul, what grit or sandpaper you using there?
80 grit.
Okay, all right. No, nothing wrong with that.
It's a bit on the flaky side, this. A wee bit pulpy.
Sure.
And just want to get as much as out of bad stuff away.
Right. I come from that school of sanding. Start with a heavy grit and get those marks out of there, and then you can work down. And it ends up being a little quicker, actually.
Yeah. Back to 120. Very dusty. Yeah, it's shocking. Just stop and have a wee look to see what it's like going down there. No, I got it all. I thought there was a wee bit of tear right there, but it's gone. $120, $180. $240.
Rex has joined us. Hello, Rex.
Good afternoon, Rex. C20.
Sounds like you're working out of my sanding box.
Yeah. They're all lined up behind me.
Exactly.
And about a 400 just to finish that.
Is 400 as high as you ever go?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Don't go any higher than that.
I never usually sand anything over 400 either.
No.
Want something finer than that, I'll use Yorkshire grit.
So
saves the fine dust in the workshop.
Absolutely. And
if you use
any abrasive paste, really 400 is not necessary at all.
No, 320 is or 240, and then use your abrasive paste after that.
Yeah, I usually go ahead and do the 320. I don't see a lot of difference, but it just feels different to me.
Yeah. Well, I can only speak for Yorkshire grit because that's what I use.
Right.
And that's what I've been trained to use. I know how to use it correctly. And it starts with 320. So if you use 240 and then start with 320, the Yorkshire grit as your 320, that'll take it on up to 1,000 then.
Exactly.
I think most of them are all geared towards the same because they're all much of a oneness nowadays.
Sure.
I know Mark sells the True Grit stuff. It's the same.
Right.
And I know that you use the Axe. Isn't it Axe you use?
Right.
And it does the same thing.
Exactly.
As far as I know, I've never used it, so I can't tell. So.
Right.
Just using this wee brush to take any wee strands off. That's another thing. Nick sells what he's about.
Yeah, he does. He's got
Those we.
a whole range of that stuff. Nick sells.
Yeah, and they're not cheap.
No, I know. Certainly not when he puts his name on it.
Oh dear. Right. I'm gonna spray this using the Abenizing lacquer. I'm just hoping there's enough in this tin. I'll just have to go and see. Oh, forgot something. Very important part. Where's my tape? Don't want any back in the inside. And just with your knife, you just go around the outside of that to remove it around the edge.
Oh, Mike Waltz watching this masking tape demo. He needs it. Oh, no, who said that? Mike's never going to live that day.
Oh, you gonna put a little sanding sealer on there?
I just did.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I looked away for half a second.
You must have been sleeping.
No, that's Joe.
Oh, she's never living that down either.
We have somebody in our club. He comes to this club meetings all the time, and he sits up the back and fast asleep.
Clint says he makes his own abrasive paste. It's easy. Good man, Clint.
Just roughly go around the top of that, because it doesn't really affect the finish, because it's all textured and it's going to be all black. You don't want the black transferring to the inside where your lid's going to sit. There should be enough in this.
Pete asked, was that a nylon brush you used there?
Yeah, it's a wee nylon brush. I got a set of 3, and they come in different sizes, and they all fit onto your drill chuck. So there's a bigger one.
Cool.
You know, and then there's one shaped like a toilet brush, so you could go down the inside of vases and stuff, and then that one. And I think they were $9.99 for those 3. They weren't not dear. Right. I'll just change the camera here. Just stop it and rotate it by hand, because in the grooves you want to get right down in there.
Todd's asked a question about if axe changes the color of the wood like Yorkshire grit does, and I would say neither one of them actually change the color of the wood. They're because of the oil in both of them, or any of those abrasive paste. The oil causes the natural colors to come alive, like any finish would. Even if water was put on it, it would change the color from that dusty color to the actual color. So the short answer is yes, but it's not changing the color as much as it's bringing the color in the wood alive.
Right, we're just going to leave that on the chuck and change chucks to do the lid. Now we'll give that time to dry. We'll bring my other chuck over.
Right. I'm going to get another cup of coffee. I'll be right back.
Okay. I'll look after the shop while you're away.
So I'm making the lid out of a bit of mahogany. There's no reason for it. It's just that size of piece of timber I have, and just it's not going to really matter because I ain't going to paint it black. So
right, back that quick.
Well, that was quick. Who made that
Yeah.
for you?
I just had to go to the top of the steps and pour it. That's all I had to do.
All right.
So I'm just going to measure the top of this, opening for our lid. Stay still. Somewhere there would they. And we'll just mark that onto that.
So you're just going to have the lid sitting on top with a
Sit.
little recess at the bottom?
Yep. And then the finial on top.
Okay.
So there we are. So that's where so we'll just come back from the line initially. So we don't make it too small. And increase the speed. This is a wee bit high. Change over the skew chisel and bring this side down.
Todd has said that he turned a maple candy bowl yesterday, and it came out darker than if he had put polyurethane on it. That seems unusual to me, Todd. They usually come out whatever color they would have come out if you used a polyurethane or a lacquer or something like that. Brian, is that your experience, or?
Well, I find that when you're using any kind of wax, and if you look at most of the abrasive pastes, the wax will have some sort of colour. So it will darken the colour ever so slightly. Polyurethane varnish is completely clear, so it's liable not to change the colour as much. But even if you put water on a piece of wood, it will change colour.
Yeah.
So it will affect the colour slightly, but I mean, it's not detrimental to the colour, I don't think.
Just have to recut that.
I've used Yorkshire Grit on a piece of holly, which is white almost,
right,
and it didn't turn it brown, for example. So it doesn't,
right.
You know, it doesn't dye the wood or anything. It just, as you said, it kind of enhances the natural wood itself.
Exactly.
As you would if you use kind of wax. Yeah, I think you're right.
You know, water or alcohol. I think if we put water or alcohol, either one, on a piece of wood, it shows us what the color is.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
When you put finish on it.
I always spritz with denatured alcohol or methylated spirits in this country.
Right.
Just for the finish clean before I put any colour on. So that changes the colour, but it dries out again. So.
Right.
Just moving a wee bit of material from the top of that. It's just a nice snug fit.
I've never tried maple. Maple's very much the same as sycamore is a maple, I think.
Yes,
of the maple. It's of the maple family anyway.
Right, right.
So
it's similar. Maple typically doesn't have quite as much that the finer grain in the sycamore that makes it noticeable.
Yeah.
Maple doesn't have quite as much of that.
Yeah.
And just take the corner off that so that when it goes down into the piece, that will sit and not hit on the bottom. And you can see that that goes on quite well. So I'm just going to sand it a wee bit. I'm not going to take any more off of the tool. Might just take too much.
Yeah, we'll be doing that.
I don't do too much in it.
Roy's the boy has joined us. Hello, Roy.
Roy.
Hey, Roy.
Welcome along, buddy.
I'm just rubbing with here, so 240 on that. And we'll check our fit again.
Pete makes a good comment. He says if color is an issue, then clean off the abrasive paste with meth.
It's true.
The wax portion should be removed by the application process, but the oil will remain. And denatured alcohol or meth should remove the oil, and that is exactly right, Pete. I've done that a couple of times because I wanted the abrasiveness of the paste, but I wanted to do something different, and I did not want the wax or oil to be left on the wood, so I cleaned it off.
Yep.
And it does make a little bit of a difference.
Yeah, you can easily clean off the certainly the Yorkshire grit. You know, you can clean it off with methylated spirits. Not an issue at all.
Right. That's okay.
Roy,
That's
I'm
just
Doug at Woodspun Round. He was asking who the other earworm was.
All right. This is our Doug.
It's just nice fit. I'll just remove this now.
Todd, I'm curious as to which polyurethane you're using. I have not used any polyurethane that didn't yellow things pretty significantly. So I'm just curious as to what you're using. That little small folded piece of sandpaper gave me a flashback to somebody else.
Just try this once more before we go any further. Yeah, that turns just nice.
You want that to just fit, Paul?
Just loosely fit. You don't want it too tight.
Yeah.
Because it might move, and then you'll not get it off without breaking the finial.
Right.
You definitely don't want
Lifting it
that.
off.
The only people who appreciate a tight fitting lid is a wood turner. Everybody else wants to be able to lift the lid off, not lift the whole piece by the lid.
Right.
I never see
I've
the point
got
in
a
that.
box that was given to me in a trade that I cannot actually get the lid on the box. It's made out of bloodwood and it's beautiful, but it has moved over time. And it used to be it would only go, you had to turn the lid and get it just right, and it would drop right in. Now it won't even do that.
Yeah, I have got a nice little dish that I made. I made it live on YouTube, and I said I would put the lid on it, but it made out of the same piece of wood, and the lid has moved in exactly the same way as the piece, so it only fits in one direction now. if you turn it a quarter of an inch left or right, it doesn't fit.
Exactly.
But the way the grain is lined up, it fits exactly, and it's
Right.
shrunk or expanded in exactly the same way as the base piece.
Sure.
Just reducing the size of that.
Todd says he used to make a lot of furniture and I think he used Minwax, but it's been a while.
Right.
Right, so
I've heard of Minwax.
Malcolm's saying the acrylic lacquer does not color wood. It is water clear and stays that way a long time. Yeah, and it does. It stays clearer longer. In fact, goes on clearer to begin with. Any of the acrylics do.
okay, let's see. What am I going to do? I'm going to turn that around. Just gently grab it. Remove some of this timber.
Thanks, Todd. I was just curious as to what polyurethane you were referring to. Yes, Chris, we are. We do look at the bottoms and the insides and all of that. Many years ago, there was a group of folks who were talking about don't worry about the inside of a hollow form. But yet, as turners, first thing we do is stick our finger down in a hollow form.
As far as we can get
it. Yeah. And then
everybody does that.
Turn around and look at it. So.
Yep, I do that all the time. Paul's definitely happy at his work today.
Yeah.
Singing away to himself there.
Yeah. That's okay.
What's the saying? Find your passion, then find a way to make money at it, and you'll never work a day in your life.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Right, parking tool.
The hard bit is to find out how to make money at it. That's the hard bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Or to make any decent money, I mean, you make a few pounds. Like
now I've left a wee bit of extra timber on the top of this so that I can fit it into the piece and then I can trim it down when it's in.
Good plan.
Just thinking to myself, I need to put a wee hole in that. Oh, I should be alright.
You need to put a wee hole in it. You mean for your...
Yeah, for the finial. It's just a wee hole because we don't have an awful lot of timber there. Right, that should do.
Paul Roy has a question for you.
Go ahead.
He asked, did you finish that bowl? You were putting some color on the band that you cut.
Yes, I am in the processes of finishing it. I've been busy over the last week and I didn't get a chance. I tell you what I did do to it. When I looked at it, when it was just the black rim or border in it, I decided it needed something else as well. needed a bit of colour. So I put some Joe Sonias into it, and I put that on this morning. So it's sitting drying, and once that's dry, I've got a couple of coats of lacquer on it, and then I'll post it up on Facebook. I should have had it finished and all. That was last Monday's demo.
That's no rush.
He's talking about. Right. It's like there's a procession of unfinished pieces.
I think everybody has some of them in their workshop, Paul. You're not alone there.
I have one that's sitting on the bench over there from about 4 weeks ago. It's quite a big piece. This big piece of larch, and I call it the upside down bowl. You know, because you turn it and then you turn it upside down, and then you make a nice foot out of where you normally hollow the bowl out, and put it. And so you'll be seeing that shortly. Not too far ahead. You know, it's a good thing. So I want to put. I have a size for a finial for this. I want ahead of time. I don't know what time is it?
Yeah, you're okay.
We're only going an hour, am I?
Yeah, it's only 5 past 2.
Right, okay. So I wonder if we run out of time, we can just cut it and stick it on. So we'll drill. We're not going to drill a hole. I'm going to make a wee hole, because the Forstner pit, if you put it into that, the point will come through the other side.
Right through, yeah.
Yep. So
you're just going to make it with a parting tool or something? I'm
just going to use a wee chisel.
All right. Okay.
I sharpened up, and I can make it any size I want, because I haven't made the what do you call it? The finial. Yeah.
You want to change your camera there?
Yep. You keep reminding me, because I keep forgetting.
That's all right. we all do it. That's why we're earworms.
Yep. Todd said he suggested to someone on Facebook that they clean up their mortise on their bowl, and they and some other folks took offense to that.
Oh.
His statement is, it looks so much better when the mounting method is removed, and you're exactly right, Todd.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, if we get in a hurry, we're just doing craft fair kind of stuff. To leave a mortise is not a crime by any means, but like you say, they do look so much better. If we want a gallery type of piece, or we want to add a couple dollars to it, go ahead and take the time to get rid of it.
And just sizing that hole to the one I have ready made, but we're going to turn finial anyway. So if hardy comes to hardy, we can just cut that and stick it in there. So I'll just finish off the face of this. Run the tool over the face to clean that burn mark away. And I'm not too worried about, there's a wee bit of timber on the outside at this stage, and I'm not really worried about that, because I can get that when it's in the other piece. You'll see it here when I take it off. There's like a wee crispy bit here.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I didn't go too deep purposely on this, because I want to. I made one yesterday, and I was sitting it on here in the lathe, and I was pushing the finial in it, and the thing snapped in half. So I don't want to do that. I made it a wee bit thicker and didn't go too deep with the recess. So what I can do with this, I can paint that black and put it to the side, and we can make a finial. I'll just bring the piece over and show you it in the piece. If I can get the right camera overhead. Right, so it's sitting there, and it's a bit proud, as you can see. So we can save that down a wee bit, and we'll want to mount this back on again. Okay, so we'll paint this. I'm just going to do it off camera, because it's easier where it's sitting.
Okay.
I don't have to lift it. You've all seen paint. I think you've all seen enough painting for a way.
Oh.
Right.
Right. Terry, you said that.
Well, give him his dues. Terry, I enjoyed that piece last. You didn't? I thought it looked nice. So it did. Nice scenery. I could see the scenery in it, and yeah, looked all right with the trees and all, and the wee birds flying in the background. What am I looking for? Yes, I'm looking for a piece of wood. Oh, excuse me, guys, while I hunt through my scrap pile. I should have had a bit. I've got a bit. Right. Da, da, da. So this is a wee piece of oak, I think that is. Just put those away. I'll bring that tail stock up. Just centered, roughly. That'll do. Okay, I'll tighten that.
Oh, what chuck is that?
Wait, there's a story to this, Chuck. It's an Axminster. It's an Axminster chuck, because I got this whole set of Donald jaws for it, because they all fit into it, the carriers and all. So I tweeted myself and bought a set of Donald jaws set. I bought this in the woodshed. It was an ex-member who had passed away. All his tools came up for sale, and this chuck came with cool jaws on it, and that was all that was on it. There was no jaws or nothing. It was just a set of cool jaws, and I bought it, and it was going cheap, for 100 quid. So I snapped it up, and I had it for over 2 years with the cool jaws on it, and didn't really pay much attention to it until recently. I took it up to the woodshed one night to see if anybody could tell me what chuck it was, and it's an Axminster chuck. So initially, before Axminster, it's an old chuck they did. Before the SK14 and the Club Mum come out, because everything fits into that. I actually emailed what do you call him at Axminster, and I asked him. I sent him a picture, and he says yes, that'll work. It's an old chuck, but everything will fit into that.
Yeah, they take great pride in saying that all their jaws fit all their chucks.
Yeah, it's a good chuck, so it is. But I done a stupid thing a couple of weeks ago, or a couple of months ago. I had the chuck key in the gap. I know the way you go to hit it, to take it off the lathe. Well, I was having trouble with it, and I couldn't get it in my hand. It wouldn't budge. So what I do, I hit it with a hammer. Yeah.
Genius.
Can you see what happened?
Yep.
Right. I'm going to show you what happened to the chuck key. Was the wee nub? It goes down into the chuck. There's it stuck in.
Did you break it off? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my, yeah.
Break it off and it's stuck on it. Could I get it out? No. And I just put it in there to show you, and it should come out again. So I got a new chuck key, but I tried to drill this, thinking I could put a wee drill through the side of it and wiggle it up, but I couldn't get it out, and that's a right size of a wee bit of metal to get out of that, and it's hard as iron. I couldn't get a drill.
Well, stainless steel.
To drill in it. Aye. But doesn't matter. We got it out in the end, and I bought a new key for it. Well, I just mangled it that there a wee bit. So that's my own stupidity, So don't hit your chuck key with a hammer. That's my advice. If you're having trouble getting it off the chuck.
No, the best thing to do is get a pipe wrench and wrap it around it and give it some.
Yeah, because
rather than
you don't want to do that.
I was asking because Nova makes one very similar to that. I know Axminster well, all those companies kind of feed off of each other once in a while, but anyway, yeah, Nova makes one. I'm in a Nova system, so I kind of stick with them.
Well, Nova Jaws, Robert Sorbet, and Record Power Jaws are all compatible.
Yes.
Axminster are the odd ones out because they have a different spacing setting for the holding screws on their jaws.
I'm probably going to get this style of chuck. I've got some extra jaws, and I want to get them mounted on a chuck so I can use them readily.
To be honest with you, I have an SC2 chuck, an SC3 chuck there that I bought for my O'Donnell jaws. The Record Power. Just stay on.
Right. Okay. Where's my small?
Yeah. Malcolm says Axminster Cardiff store had a brand new SK114 chuck for 100 quid. Only trouble was it was 3/4 by 16 TPI, not M33. No use to me then.
That is a small spindle.
That is right. And the SK114s are quite a big, heavy chuck too.
Yeah.
Oh, Pete has the scenery painting edited, so we'll be getting pictures of it shortly. Come on, Pete.
I just roughly want the size of that one, so there. That's our bottom.
Pete approves of your accurate engineering measuring system there, Paul. I do too.
Today? Yeah.
That's kind of the way I do things on the lathe.
Just using whatever tool
What
can.
tool was that? What tool was that you were using there?
I was using a round nose scraper just to
All right.
bring this round, and
I did wonder.
yeah, just because it's round and it's curved, yeah, I find it easier to manage. It's a wee bit heavy in the middle here. Right. I'm just going to bring this down a bit and part into it. Just flatten that out. Right, where's that? Just, So I'm going to leave it a wee bit tight, and then I can adjust the lid, the size of the hole on the lid to fit it. I just want to take a wee bit.
The professor has joined us.
Professor.
Hello, Rob.
Right, we'll sand that.
So the professor has just joined us. He's got one video up, guys. And he says, follow my wood turning journey.
Welcome along, anyway.
Yep. As I do with most new people who join.
Brian, you going to put his link in?
Oh, I am indeed. So there's the link to the professor's wood turning page. If you don't know who he is, nip across there, give him a subscribe, and we'll see what he turns up with. He's just starting out by the looks of it, according to his YouTube channel. Welcome aboard. We're always looking for new people.
All right, Rob, I've got you subscribed and got my notifications up. So look forward to seeing what you do for us.
Rob's only started a few months ago, according to Roy the Boy. That's where we all started, with nothing.
Yeah, we all started somewhere.
Yep.
Absolutely.
You're welcome, Rob. We try to help everybody who comes in. It's a great community. You'll enjoy being in here.
Mhm.
Lots to learn.
Well, this is the place to come.
Isn't it?
But you can't go wrong by joining a club. You get more.
If you can, if there's a club near but close by, I think he must do because he's near Roy.
Yeah.
Roy the boy knows him, so get the
Lots of
join the club.
information.
And if you can afford it, take professional lessons as well. That's always a good advice.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Todd says, I'm subscribed now. We expect great things, Rob.
I tell you what, spending time at the lathe, turning things makes a huge difference. Watching other people makes a big difference.
It does.
But I honestly believe that doing, turning with the camera on, makes a huge difference in most people. Watching Brian's progression. Brian, you when you started putting stuff on and started doing lives, your expertise just went up exponentially. It was crazy to watch it. Loved every minute of it.
I have great friends and teachers and like to Pete Twisted Trees there.
Yeah.
Terry from TJ Turning, Steve at SK Crafts. They're all my kind of mentors. These guys.
Sure.
And the good thing about this community is if you want to ask a question, just message people. They're usually only too happy to help you and try and impart knowledge. So
yes.
If you have any questions, just I'm on Facebook. I'm on Facebook. Everybody else, I think, is on Facebook. So just.
I think everybody's on Facebook.
Yeah, I think so. Watches Roy on TikTok. I have a TikTok channel as well, but I don't put much on it. It's just I just kind of put it there for the fun of it. I do most stuff on YouTube, and I put some pictures on Instagram as well.
Yeah,
I don't do any lives or anything on Instagram or TikTok.
I was just about to do TikTok when read a couple of very good articles talking about viruses and whatnot and the lack of moderation in TikTok. So I let that one go.
Yeah.
Facebook and Instagram and YouTube are enough. They keep me too busy as it is.
Yeah, just about plenty, I would think too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you never know what's going to pop up on TikTok, I have to say.
Just a plan, a wee taste of sound sealer to that. It's going to be painted black anyway, so just go through the motions.
It's going to be ebonized, Paul, not painted black. Ebonized. Goodness sake.
Ebonized. Yeah. That's a nice piece of oak too. It's a shame to paint it black.
Well, don't.
Well,
you don't have to have a black vinyl, you know. You can have a natural vinyl.
Well, that's what I'm going for, and I just want to stay to that.
I mean, don't feel you're forced to have a black vinyl because
it's only
nothing wrong with a natural vinyl either.
Right.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
You think so? You think it'll look okay and the rest of it black?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, or a nice piece of oak. Give it a try. Just give it a
and
get it on and see what it looks like.
That's all right.
You can always paint it later if you don't like it.
Yeah.
Right.
But if you paint it now, you've no option. You know what I mean? It's painted.
Well, we'll give it a wee taste of Yorkshire and
just see what it looks like.
The other thing you could do would be
that's nice.
you could leave the finial, or go ahead and do the finial black and leave your top natural, but you've already painted the top, haven't you?
Yes.
Already
It'll be
ebonized
fine.
it.
I have
Yep.
a beach finial on top of a black lid,
Yeah.
and it looks okay.
Why I'm going for black, this is the piece I seen on Saturday, and it looked
Right.
okay. Black. That's the only reason I'm doing black. And I liked it so much, I said, I must do that live on Monday.
Have a try with
And
it. Yeah.
we had Joe Laird on Saturday from the Dublin direction. Fantastic turner. Actually fantastic. If you go onto Facebook, you'll see what he turned. You wouldn't believe the ins and outs of that wee piece. It's like a pointed star, but it's 8 pieces on it. Eight points on it, and you had to make a wee jig for it. Fascinating to watch.
Yep.
So I'm gonna have a go at that at some stage.
Good for you.
Yeah. Right, that'll do that. It doesn't need an awful lot. Okay, where am I going now? We chase the wax. Yeah, we chase the wax.
And if you don't like it, you can always just give it a rub with some methylated spirits and
Yeah.
paint it black.
Well, if an or black finial sitting there, so if I don't like it, chop it over. Chop it over.
Pete just says, I do black and natural coloured finials. I don't do them blue or red for some reason, but I've never thought about it until now.
No.
Now, Pete, I've got little finials. I've got little red finials on a couple of little pots that I've made, or finiobs, which is a cross between a finial and a knob. But I would make the finial any colour I feel like.
Right.
Depends what the piece design calls for at the end of the day.
Yeah. We'll just
your design, your colors, what have you.
But I always like to give myself the option. So if I was to turn a nice piece of wood and it looks lovely, just why colour it? You'll have seen that happen on my channel a lot. Start with a plan to colour a piece and then change my mind because it's a nice piece of wood.
Jennifer said, I'm still learning. And then Chris said, Jennifer, we're all still learning, which is so very true.
Yeah. Yeah. We are learning something every day.
And I think Robert summed it up. He said, every time I put a piece of wood on the lathe, it's a learning curve.
Yep.
Exactly. You know, every piece of wood is different. They turn differently.
That's
it's
a nice piece, Mario. So,
nice.
Right, that's that.
Nice
that's that wee bit.
I like that.
Yeah. Sometimes finial can be hard to get right and shape and stuff.
Yeah.
The only person I seen it doing well was Sandy Rosa.
You want to watch Terry Bray at Heckington Arts turning finials. The man is genius. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
He turns them with a skew as well. He's a genius.
Yeah. Right.
I did a live demo one time, did a finial and had no tail support from the very beginning. And I did it with a 1/2 inch bowl gouge. Everybody was kind of flabbergasted by that.
Half inch is a big bowl gouge.
Well, that's what I use all the time.
Okay.
Y'all would call it a 3/8.
Yeah.
But still, that's what I use. That's my #1 tool. And so, yeah. And after it was done, and I saw how thin it was, I was pretty flabbergasted myself. But it worked. It came out beautifully.
Jennifer says, "Don't forget the purple, Pete."
I just realised I
watch this space.
I painted that black and I still cut it down. So Right, that's okay.
Let me see. What did Roy put in now? Roy boy, question. Brian, did you see what I put? What did you put this time, Roy?
Where's that?
Brian, I was
tape
thinking of
now?
doing some live so others can help me turn better and for what I'm doing right and wrong. Right, that's exactly why I started this my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
At the very beginning, I knew absolutely nothing about wood turning. Nothing.
Yep.
And 3 years hence, I know quite a bit. But I'm still as green as they come. But a wise man once told me this saying: when you're green, you're growing. When you're ripe, so when you think you know everything, you start to rot. So when you're green,
Yep.
you're growing. When you're ripe, you're rotten. So always be willing to learn something new every day, and don't ever get big-headed about being a wood turner, because somebody out there will know more than you do.
Can we change the camera there, Paul?
Yep.
Pete was right.
And
We were slacking a little bit.
I'm just bringing this lid down to the top of the piece.
Yep, just bring it down level.
Yeah. I was sort of a babble on it. I would think
So-
if I take it right down, facing straight across, I think it'll be too flimsy.
Yeah, it needs a little bit of convex on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Particularly where it joins it. If it joins the finial, it needs to kind of convex up to it a little bit, I think.
Just sort of raise that up towards the middle. Just not there.
I feel rainbow finials are my future. Yeah, right, Pete. Pete being the the second international colorist, only one after Mike Walt.
Who is also the master of masking tape.
Master masking tape.
Yeah. Masking tape master. Pete from Twisted Trees.
Sort of cut that. It's too small.
Or as Terry calls him nowadays, Twisted Pete.
That's right.
Yeah, twisted Pete. So I'm going to wrap a bit of tape around this lid. And I'm going to have to recut that. It's too big. The hole. I cut too much off that. One of
The hole's too.
The hole's too big.
Excuse me, guys.
So if I take it down a wee bit, I should be able to work it in okay. These things are raised as you're doing your piece. You don't always get it right.
Pete says the earworms are slacking.
And these wee things creep up, and it's knowing what to do, and will help you a lot.
How to fix it.
You know, yeah.
Sorry, having great ideas, but if you don't know how to fix the unexpected.
So, you just don't want to touch this gently because it's only being held on tape. So get rid of the black and take that down a wee bit. We have a bit of timber. There's a wee bit in it. We'll stop that and see what that's like. Reducing the height of
Barry's wood creations has to go. He says he needs to pop off now. He says, "Great life, Paul. Thank you."
Thank you, Barry.
See you later, Barry.
See you later, Barry.
Right, just cutting that wee nub off the bottom of that finial to see what way it sits in. And I think I'll probably get away with it, you know. Take a wee bit more off that. See, if I go down and flatten the hole right down to the black, I can resize it then, just enough to let the finial sit in it. It doesn't need to be an awful lot. Just enough.
Well, it's getting glued in anyway, so it just needs
a
mill or so just to get it.
Just enough to hide the impression that the hole's too big.
Hey. Sorry about that. Had a cat jump on my chair, start clawing at it.
Oh, no.
Right. That'll work. Yeah. I paint that black again. That'll work. Yeah. Because that'll cover that wee blackness. And then that wee bit, it'll sit nicely in that. So I'm get this tape off again. So that works fine. Because every day you go out to turn something, you don't make it right all the time.
Oh, definitely.
And a lot of people starting out don't have the same knowledge as everybody, and they get caught up on, I done that wrong and it's ruined and stuff like that, But it's not really ruined. It's just knowing what you can do.
Paul, while you're holding that finial up there, imagine the
that?
finial black and the lid staying natural. Just imagine.
Yeah, I'm just looking at that. I blacken the rest of the rim here and leave the lid.
Right.
And that can you see that wee bit of black there around the bottom of the finial?
Yeah.
So if I manage to stick that in and got it positioned right, it'll give that wee black ring right round. You can see it. So what I'm going to do is, I should have took that tape off. I just want, there's a wee bit of a raised bit on the bottom of the finial that is not allowing it to sit flat. Just stick that back on. See this stuff? That's a godsend.
That's good.
Yeah, it pulls you out of a lot of holes. Because you can't always chuck stuff. And doing things like this here, you need to know there's a succession of procedures you go along, and you don't always get it right. So you have to come up with a creative idea to help you achieve that. So I just went down there a wee bit, and that'll sit lovely. Yeah. Should I take a long
He's saying that he always cuts 6 or 10 millimeter tenon on his finials so that he can make his mortise with a drill bit. He also does a small undercut under the base of the finial.
So I do as well, yeah.
Yeah, and those things are great. This was
when
a
you can remember.
Paul was afraid of going through there with his drill bit, so he just made a small recess with his tool.
Yeah.
And it is much harder to get the tenon and recess to fit exactly the way we like to do sometimes.
So just give us a quick wee sand.
But kind of back to what y'all were saying a while ago, as turners, we learn to figure out how to get around things, don't we?
Yep.
Yeah.
We do indeed. Become great problem solvers.
How to fix mistakes. Of course, none of us make mistakes, right?
Design changes. Design changes. No mistakes.
Just design opportunities.
There you go. There's nothing like getting right to the very end of turning a beautiful bowl or a hollow form. Go to take the tenon off, and you go right through the bottom.
Yep.
Or even sand through. Mark did that one time, and I've done it where I sanded through. I cut it pretty thin and then sanded right through the side or the bottom. What do you do? Well,
make a clock.
You can do that.
Or you can set a piece into it.
I've turned numerous plugs to go in the bottom of a piece.
Yep, I've done that.
And then put a little line just outside of that plug in the original wood. Fill that with something contrasting, and people think I did it on purpose. Well, I did
Yep.
after I made a mistake.
Other people are not going to know. Only
No.
you.
No.
Yep.
Or they won't even think about it. Yes, Pete said it exactly right. We learn ways around, and then we share it free to other folks.
Yep.
That is something that happens in the turning community that doesn't happen in a lot of the other making communities. We share our thoughts, our ideas, our discoveries. It may not be a new discovery, but we discovered it for ourselves, and then we share it freely with anybody that cares.
Yeah.
Yep. It's a very open kind of society, if you like.
And it's usually a different idea to your way of going about it. And
oh, absolutely.
You think to yourself, yes, that looks better than my way of doing things. So I'll try that.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yes, Chris Dodd said Maker's Mark on the plug works for him. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Just a wee bit of wax in that lid. I'm not going to worry about because I'm going to take that off. Going to blacken that rim after I take the lid away. Just clearing the. Make sure I get it all out of the hole. Right. Now, can we get this lid out?
I've lost the chat somewhere. Get the chat back. There it is.
Come out. There.
There you go.
There we are. Right. Next part is this.
I've just noticed that comment from the professor there. He says, "Thanks for the encouragement. I hope I live up to the expectation." You'll be fine. Just take your time.
Yeah, you'll be fine. Just take
Don't try and run before you walk. And if I give you one piece of advice, get some 1.5 or 2 inch bits of spindle and do some beads and cove sticks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Best advice you give. Learn how to use the tools first before you start making fancy stuff.
Yep. I'm just going to try and get that black from the inside here. Just a wee bit of run through, bleeding.
That's a good idea, Dodgy. He says marbles also fit the holes in the bottom of boxes. Lift the lid and there's a little surprise in there. A marble stuck in the bottom.
It is a great idea.
It is a good idea, yeah. You get some real fancy looking marbles nowadays.
Yeah. One of the competition pieces yesterday or on Saturday, the guy had made a wee egg, and when you lifted the lid off, it was an OR egg, and you lifted the lid off that one, it was an OR one. And when you finally lifted the last one off, there was a wee sweet inside, and the demonstrator said that was a bribe.
That's a bribe, yeah.
That's a bribe. I'm just using a black permanent marker.
Perfect.
To do round the rim, because you don't want paint all over the place, and it dries instantly. And who's going to know you didn't paint it?
It's a great thing for hiding little bits you've missed as well.
Yep.
Sometimes when you spray paint on, you might miss the odd bit, so you can easily touch it in with a black marker.
Yeah.
What's a treat?
Right.
Normally, when you get the wax or stuff on the outside, you never see it.
Right.
Roy the boy says, "That's where I've gone wrong, Brian. Doing fancy stuff first." So everybody goes wrong, Roy, because everybody wants to get to where they can make something really nice.
Yeah,
and they don't take time to practice. So Terry from TJ Turning and Robbo Robertson gave me a hard time because I was trying to do things too fancy before I could actually use the tools. correctly.
Yeah. Okay.
Much better to learn how to use the tools correctly and then do fancy.
Yeah.
That even applies to our finishing techniques, doesn't it?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah. Okay.
Learn the
Where's
basics
our?
first.
We're going to use some gold embellishing wax
We
on
are.
this now.
No.
Yes.
My favourite embellishing
Brian,
wax.
you're the master there, aren't you?
Absolutely, yeah. That's my favourite embellishing waxes.
Yeah, the Hampshire sheens are very nice. They don't stiffen up on you so badly.
No, my wife had mine for embellishing waxes for 3 years now, and they're all still good to go.
Yeah.
Don't leave the lid open, of course. That's
the point. If we put the lid on tight. I started yesterday putting this on my glove on, and I ended up with a hole through the glove, so it defeated the purpose.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
The putting the glove on, so the finger works as well.
It's only wax, not good anyhow.
Yeah.
Robert's having to go. Have a good day, Robert.
Okay, bye, Robert.
Thanks for coming over, Robert. So you can rub a wee taste around the lid of that, up on that as well, and just give that all a wee
dict,
a wee lip, wee nicky.
That's what Ma would say. Or my sister-in-law would say, I'll just put a little smidgen on it.
A wee smidgen, aye. A wee smidgen. Right, that'll do that, and we'll give it a wee buff.
Let's have a look at the overhead camera. There we go.
So I want to keep as much as I can in the wee grooves, and so rub it with the texture. And then once you put a wee coat of lacquer on it, that'll hold it in. This embellishing waxes are a new thing to me. I've never used them before. This is the first, maybe third time I've used them.
Get yourself a new piece of paper, Paul.
Yeah.
And try and make a little pad with it so it's kind of it's got a little bit thicker on your fingers, and just hold it between your thumb and forefinger. Don't make it too thick. There you go. If you got a little bit of thickness, that'll stop it going down into the. And you don't need to press hard at all. Don't be pressing hard. Just let the thing do its work. If you press it too hard, it gets right down into the little grooves.
Yeah.
And pull your wax back out. You have a look at Martin's finishing course on Hampshire Sheen. You'll
yeah.
Martin
I haven't
exactly how to use them.
I haven't had the opportunity yet, but I will.
It's a good thing to do if you're just sitting about in the evening doing not much else, you know.
This last week has been a nightmare for doing stuff. We had our AGM on Saturday, and I'm the treasurer.
You're the treasurer?
Treasurer.
Yeah.
So we got a grant this year from the lottery.
Right. Oh, good.
We got new AV equipment and TVs and stuff.
Good
so we got 10 grand from them.
Well, that was good. I must actually pay my subscription.
It should come up, Brian.
Yeah, it's getting up so hard, but
yeah. But there's people further in field on you coming. All right.
There's many from down my direction.
County Down direction would be Big Keith. He's in Conkeal.
All right. Okay.
He's down that direction. people from over the border. So have come to our meetings. And our members, you know. It's just as you say, it's making the time on that particular day. You know. Right. Before we go any further, I just want to take a wee bit off this tannin here before we part it off. And I'll give it a wee coat of lacquer while it's drying. We can finish the finial to the lid, and then that should be it. What am I looking for, Paul? Parting tool. Right. Make yourself a wee bit of room to get your tool in. And you want to undercut the bottom slightly. Right, we're not going any further with that. We've got a wee spray of lacquer. And I just use the stuff from my local hardware store. Clear lacquer, ProSolve. It's nothing wrong with that. I find the Chestnut products, you don't get an awful lot in them for a tenner, and that's 500 ml like, and just does the same job.
I use Halfords, Paul.
And it lasts longer too. That's your thing.
I use Halfords because it's designed to be outside. It's designed for cars.
Yeah.
And it's 500 milliliters. It's about 12 quid a tin.
Yeah. Well, this is
it's a good hard-wearing lacquer, you know.
Yeah. So is that. That's only $5.50 a tin. That's what it is. Not there.
Is it for external use? Or
yep. Actions. Uses click hours. Formulated for. What's for cars? Okay. You know. So I'm sure it would be automotives. Outside. So
it's a good price.
It is. So that'll do that. So we'll stick the wee finial into the lid. Using a wee taste of super glue. And turn that on. Let it spin a wee bit. Not too much.
Used some lacquer on a piece the other day and turned my lathe on slowly to help it dry. And don't you know, every bit of that lacquer's slung off. It's an expensive lacquer. It should not have done it, but it dries harder than normal lacquer. It's a pre-catalyzed lacquer. Good stuff, but yeah, it's slung off.
Anytime I lacquer in my lathe is at 84 revs.
Right.
It's as fast as I let it go when I'm lacquering.
And that's probably fast enough.
But there's plenty fast. It means it won't. Basically, what it does, it stops any. If you put a little bit too much lacquer on, it stops it from puddling and running.
Right. Exactly. And that's what I was trying to do.
Yeah. But it's not fast enough to actually cause any sort of centrifugal effect.
Sure.
Yeah. I got carried away.
If your lathe only starts at 500, don't be putting lacquer on and spin that up.
No, it'll never stay. No, I think I was turning about 100, 120 maybe. I thought that was plenty slow enough, but it wasn't.
No.
Should have turned it on down to 50 or 75.
Yeah, even below 100, I think.
Yeah. Now, regular lacquer, 120 is fine. But for this stuff, it was not. It slung off.
Oh, dear.
Ended up taking the piece off the lathe and applying this lacquer, and it worked beautifully. It's wonderful stuff. Have either of you guys tried Martin's new that thicker lacquer that he has?
Yep.
You like it?
The jury's out for now.
Okay.
I find it a little bit thick, but that's only because I haven't practiced with it. You know, I just found it a little bit thick.
Yeah.
So I'll give it. I've got a couple of tins of it there. I have the black and the clear. So I'll give it a try and I'll practice with it a bit more.
Right.
The key is to use lighter coats than you would normally be used to.
Right.
The Halfor stuff is not as thick, so you kind of keep the button pressed a little bit longer. But with Martin's, it's pretty thick, so you got to just kind of get it on and thin coats. Basically, it's the same with any lacquer. Really, you want to build the coats up gently.
Fred's having to go. Have a good day, Fred.
Hi, Fred. So it's a good enough lacquer. There's nothing wrong with the lacquer. I wouldn't be running it down any. It's just it needs a bit more practice than I'm used to.
Yeah, I suspect that it'd be good in times when you're in a little bit more of a time crunch.
Yeah, because you can use less coats.
Right.
Normally, I would be lacquering. I do 3 coats at a time, and I do it sort of at least twice, if not 3 times. So that'll be 9 coats in total for normal pieces, and then for fancier pieces, I might even do 16 coats in total.
Right.
But with Martin stuff, 3 coats should be fine, even for fancy stuff.
That's what he said when he was introducing it. I think I'd like to try a can of it just to see how it works, but probably would not stay with it.
Well, that's what I'm doing. I've got the tin there, so I'm practicing with it just to see.
Sure.
The first time it didn't go well for me. It's probably just because I was probably too heavy-handed with it. But I won't run it down. It'll be a good piece of kit. Martin stuff's all good.
Right.
I haven't found a bad product coming out of Hampshire Sheen yet. And if there is something wrong with it, Martin would rather hear about it so as he could do something about it. But you know,
sure. He's always been receptive.
Oh yeah, 100%. He's always willing to look at it and see, and he's always trying to improve stuff. So he's not standing still.
First time I used the embellishing wax, I turned right around and put the regular high gloss on it. And I said something about the high gloss pulling the color out, and he came on immediately. I didn't address anything directly to him, but he got word of it, got back to me immediately, and gave me some great advice.
Oh yeah,
it all works good.
Dead on, Martin.
Looking forward to going through his new finishing course. I've signed up for it. I just haven't started it yet.
Yeah. Oh, it's worth a while doing.
Oh yeah.
No, absolutely.
I did his other 1 session thing, and that was great.
Oh yeah, the finishing course they did.
Right.
Well, he's changed that now from the finishing course that he used to run. He's now done the whole finishing academy, which covers every product.
Right.
And his range, and it's free. You don't have to pay for it at all now. So I spent a lot of time getting the videos and everything just right.
Oh yeah, yeah. Those kind of things take time.
Indeed.
Oh dear.
Looks
We're
like
done.
We're kind of done.
Well, they are.
I like it.
So do I.
Just something different.
Nice little pot. I think I have one of them in my collection already. Same
as you said, the contrasting wood on the top makes it.
It just picks it up, makes it a little bit different.
Yeah, I
Yep.
kind of like it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I'm trying to imagine the finial being black, and I don't know. I think I like it the way it is.
I do.
I'll show you. I'll show you the R1 I have with a black
Yeah.
on it.
Put the
There's
two
the
together.
R1.
It's just
You
Yeah,
know.
with a
So-
texture lid. Sure, it's overhead. Put it on the overhead camera there. Just set the two of them together.
yeah.
And just tip them over a little bit, Paul, so his lids don't fall off. There we go. There you go. That's it. So yeah, I like the one on the left better.
Yeah, I think I do too.
Because
Yeah.
you can see more definition in it, and you can see that that is made of wood. Oops. Yeah, I told you.
Didn't want to do that.
I did say so the lids don't fall off, Paul.
Yeah, it's okay now.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Well, thanks very much, guys, for coming and taking the trouble of watching the demo.
Very good.
Hope you've had some ideas from it. You know. But,
Roger said, "Remove the chuck key."
Paul.
yeah. Yeah.
Chuck key, right?
Oh dear.
That's the
Oh,
first
it was
time
just
today.
once. It was just once.
That's the first time today. Yep.
Yeah,
Good job. Good job.
I remembered right up until that.
Yeah, you did. Yep.
I thought I was doing well because I was just going to say to you, Brian. You know what you haven't said?
Yeah, I know.
The chuck key. Right. Well, thank you guys for our so they can see us. Thank you guys for coming over. I really appreciate you coming and watching my channel. And if you like what you see, you know where to come. Please come again. Okay?
And Paul will be
And-
back next Monday.
Yes, next Monday, same time,
Same time, same
different
place.
different project. Okay?
Very good. Very good.
Excellent.
So say bye guys. Hello,
Bye,
I'll bring
guys.
you in.
Bye, guys.
All right.
Bye-bye.
I'm in the workshop
Bye-bye.
today. Hey.
I will be in a few minutes.